missed out on rare earth rally over the last couple of months, this video is for you. I'm going to be bringing 3 rare earth stocks, and the reason I'm bringing right now is because all of them have undertaken a substantial correction from its recent highs. And we didn't want to FOMO and buying at extremely high levels, but a lot of them have retraced it about 50% or more. And that is exactly where we wanted to be looking at. We have a lot of patience, waiting for those stocks to come back into what we call technically discounted price. Now we picked the 3 most interesting of them all according to our strategy. And we're going to be looking at which one is fully funded and producing, which one is currently burning a lot of cash because is in development phase and in nearly what we call pre-production phase, set to produce in 2028, which is a couple years ahead of us now. And also one stock, Rare Earth Explorer, that has the biggest potential of them all in terms of share price. So let's have a look. My name is Lynas, Chief Analyst of BG Trading Australia. I would like to remind this is not a financial advice, right? Make your trading or investment decision based on a proper due diligence, what's best for you. Also, I'd like to invite you to become a member of our free Facebook community, Buy, Grow, Sell Strategy for Share Trader. We also on a Discord, information at the description below. And we are running Ultra Black Friday. If you ever contemplated to become a VIP member, have access to all our trading setups of 20 to 40% or more, buying small, mid-sized caps using BGS 20 strategy, the time is now. We are offering 30 to 50% discount in comparison to our monthly subscription plan if you sign up with us for 12 or 24 months. So exceptional opportunity to become a member of BG Trading. And finally, I'd like to warn you that there are some fake profiles going around BG Trading. So make sure if you are talking to BG Trading, are talking Meta verified account, right? And also on the Discord groups, we don't approach anybody individually, right? So if you are approached by someone impersonating us, do not answer that, right? It's the safest way to talk to us is even using our chat box at bgtrading.com, our website, or making sure you're talking to us via our verified account on Meta, right? Now, let's start with the first stock we're going to be looking at, which the SX code is SGK, St. George Mining. This is and I brought that in because stock with a huge potential for discovery, obviously, and still at a relatively early stage, but recently in the last capital raising, and that's one of the reasons I brought this stock and I have been following this stock is because Hancock Prospecting, which is a company owned by Gina's Rinehart, which is a substantial investor in the mining sector, has invested $22.5 million in the recent capital raising. And that is one of the reasons I like following this stock, not only because the project itself, the discoveries they're doing, but because there are serious money going into this particular company, and obviously caught out our attention with projects called Arafura Rare Earths, niobium in Brazil. The exploration and resources are pretty compelling, and also the company has what we call cash position of $3.5 million plus the $72.5 million of equity raised in 13th of October, right? This information is post capital raising, which means if we decide to hold or buy this particular stock, we should be capital raising free for a little while, therefore allowing us to complete our trade safely without having to undertake any unexpected capital raising, which by the way we just took this week with one of our holdings. I'm now going to disclose the holding this time because I think that particular stock will come up very strongly very shortly, and that's why we're going to be keep holding that particular stock. Our VP members know those opportunities and they have exclusive access to our trade setups. Remember, Ultra Black Friday, don't miss out on that, right? So from the chart perspective, as you can see, is about 19% up, right? I like using the RSI to give us a very good understanding what the momentum trade is at the moment. And as you can see right there, it has recently reached nearly oversold territory. This is the level of oversold, so it's still above this level, but it's bouncing with a strong volume today as hype comes back, trading at technically discounted price for the short-term formation, as you can see here, SMA 40, right? And obviously got to warn that it is quite a long distance away from the long-term moving average, which makes it still very dangerous to buying too much. But small positions, when we see some signs of reversal, like we are seeing on the RSI with strong volume on the upside, and obviously this green candle, big green candle on a high volume, forming what we call a bullish intersection level 2 right here, and the Fibonacci also confirming that on a green candle, make us a little bit more confident that we might have a little bit short-term reversal. And any reversal on those stocks, they show considerable upside, as you can see here. Even if it comes halfway right there, we're talking about 30% bounce potential, even if it goes to a lower high formation right there. But demand is strong, the company is well cashed up, and in the short term should be a very interesting trade setup. Now, obviously, if you're going to trade any stock, make sure you set your rules, have a stop loss in place, especially those extremely high speculative stocks like this one. Just use and trade using rules, okay? Don't just buy and hope for the best. Trade at the right time, at the right level, close your position, make sure you lock up profit, and then reassess the stock. That's what we do here at BG Trading, okay? Obviously, I'm not talking about long-term investment, right? I'm talking about potential trade setups right there. So I like this trade setup here, offering very easily, I'm going to say easily, but very feasible 30% profit to the upside, and a loss of 15% mostly, right? If goes to the wrong direction, right? But it looks very interesting to me as we speak. Now let's jump into the second stock that we're going to be looking at today. Is the one that is burning a lot of cash because they are developing their mine in North Territory, Australia, right? Why St. George Mining is a company that holds its project in Brazil. Arafura Rare Earths is an Australian-based project, and I like that very much. In fact, I even put together a full comprehensive stock analysis because I wanted to understand in more depth what Arafura has been doing so far, and how they are actually burning cash, their cash position, and when we be looking at first production to start, right? So essentially what we have right now, $861 million in market cap as we speak, pretty much, with and the Arafura has recently been open a capital raising, and there will be more shares diluted in the market. But again, we are looking at the short-term investment or trading, so-called, with $1.5 billion pre-production capex for the whole project, right? So obviously it's been burning a lot of cash. We'll need more capital raising, but it still has been backed by government funds, and obviously that should not only help the company to bring its production online, but also to give significant value to shareholders over the next 2 to 3 years. So I like Arafura very much at the current level. Let's take a look on the chart. As you can see here, the stock is down was down about 61%. Then obviously they are actually in the process of raising capital at 28 cents. This interesting fact that you gotta watch is the stock now is trading below that level, right? But I sense that will go above 28 very, very shortly. The chart formation shows that Arafura is actually in a better entry position than St. George Mining. And the reason is the distance between the candles, the share price, and the long-term moving average is not as high as in St. George Mining. So I like that. And also first signs of reversal, as this sort of 24 level has served as a strong support, at least for now. First green candle on Hancock, emerging volume to the upside, and also the RSI showing a very interesting bounce right there, and holding above this ascendant uptrend line right there. Now, any bounce here also gives a very interesting trading setup right there, as you can see. Even if it goes up about 30%, we're still well below recent highs, right? Almost halfway, actually. So ideally, we like to be looking at this 30% trading setup right there with 3 to 1 risk reward. So that means we want to only have about 10%, no more than 10% stop loss if I was going to be trading this stock. Okay, 10% stop loss, and obviously 30% plus 30% upside on this as a trade setup, as a thermal rule, such as to avoid capital degradation. So obviously we understand the story behind Rare Earth right now as we speak, and we know that Arafura, even though it's burning cash, it's well set up and will be well funded to start its production potentially in 2028 and 2029 with a strong government endorsement and also private investment as well. So it's waiting for a bullish intersection level 1. It is trading technically discounted price for the short term, still not for the long term, obviously, but for short term entries, it looks pretty interesting, right? I would say St. George Mining currently holding higher risk than Arafura, and Arafura, because it's closer to production, then would it be probably my pick above St. George Mines as we speak, right? If you ask me which one would I pick between those two, I would say Arafura Rare Earth instead St. George Mines. Okay, hopefully that is clear, the reasons we are looking at these particular stocks, right? So here Arafura eventually pretty much waiting for the funding, and there will be a final investment decision announced in the short term. So we want to see what happened in the short term with this company, but in the meantime, right, we wanted to take advantage of the rare earth rally, and that is what I am looking at right here with Arafura and all those stocks that we're looking at today. Okay, now let's jump to the third one, Linus, which is the leading rare earth in the ASX sector. Again, have recently been trading at oversold level, as you can see on the RSI right there, right? And came down about, let's take a look exactly, about 40% down from recent highs, right? And now up from recent lows, up about 9% so far, actually 8% so far, right? And looking at a strong recovery over the next few days, if this hype continues, giving easily about 27 to 30% trading opportunity as we speak. And that's, again, one of the reasons I brought this stock right here now is because it's telling me this could be a good trading opportunity at a much lower risk than when it was trading at those really, really high levels around $20, $21, right? Everyone was FOMO into these stocks, right? But that's how we trade. You gotta wait those stocks to come down, and then we go there and snap the shares at very low levels, right? Now, it's still trading relatively high from the long-term moving average, which represents to me a higher risk than any stock that would be buying under this level right there. Okay, but Linus, if you want a lower risk rare earth company, you would go with Linus 100%, because it's producing, is profitable, and is ahead of all rare earth stock list ASX listed companies. Now the only rare earth Australian rare earth producing outside of China, right? All those three stocks outside of China, right? They serve as a diversification supply from Chinese rare earth companies, right? And right now trading at just coming out from oversold levels, offering very good entry opportunity based on the chart formation. We don't want to buy right there. You see those green candles, they are very, very strong, but there was a correction ahead, and that happened, and now this correction, even actually trading at, let's find a support level around this sort of area here. That support level is still trading right in the middle of this support level right there, okay? And we could see another leg down right there. Yeah, we could. It's still relatively expensive, right? But ideally, we would be it's still in uptrend, and we will be looking at exit any trading with a proper trading setup before, like prior this happening, using BGS20 strategy, which is 20 to 40% profit. Say we set up a 30% target right now, right here in Linus, those will be 28%. So very interesting trading setup on the rare earth right now. But I let you decide, I let you take the risk right? Obviously, we are trading some of these stocks with our VP members, and we are confident that they could be at least giving us a relatively value at the current level, right? Historically, in looking at this short-term chart formation right there. That's how we play, with the best chances, and obviously looking at highest risk is St. George Mining's, then obviously Arafura Rare Earth as the second higher risk in this list, and the lowest risk of them all is Linus, the only producer on this list. And that brings our video to the end. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you think about those three stocks. Would you take position? Would you not take position? If you take, what would you be your trading setup? We're always interested to open discussions with you. And don't forget, Ultra Black Friday is already available. Link at the description below. I'll see you next time.